Good evening, everybody. I got the late night chill on, man. I have been busy today, very busy. I thought I would get to this video earlier, but when I tell you more things came up or things took longer than anticipated, or you got to go with the flow, right? We talked about detachment in the last video. That was the second life hack. Well, tonight's life hack that we're going to talk about is self-love. And what I realized that I was just doing for myself before I started this talk is I was creating the space for me to chill out, to decompress, to just, if I'm going to do this after I've had a long day of work, let me create a space that enables me to deliver from like a beautiful space, like, something that supports me. And I was like, well, there's self-love right there. Doing what we need to do to take care of us in the midst of even the other responsibilities we may have. Good evening, everybody. How are you? We're getting ready to chop it up about the third life hack that I wanted to share with you all. It's self-love. I got my deliciousness out tonight. How's everybody doing? How are you feeling? We're going to talk about self-love tonight and what it means to each of us, and then how we can cultivate it in our own spaces, in our homes, and wherever we are, how we can develop it, how we can look at things, what we can do to provide self-love for us in a practical way. We can use it every day. Shout out to everybody who's coming on the late night shift. Shout out to everybody who's going to watch this early in the morning and throughout the rest of the day. Hey, everybody. Okay. Hey, Jerron. Is that? Yeah. How are you? Good to see you. It's been a minute. So we're going to talk about self-love. Can you guys hear me over the megahertz music that I have playing? Over there. Okay. I got cleaning appliances behind me. I just made a run to Lowe's earlier. Picked up all kinds of good stuff. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? How was your day? You can hear it's not too loud. The music's not too overwhelming. Because sometimes I'll go listen back to the video and be like, ooh, probably could have turned that down. Megahertz is a way that I like to relax. Megahertz I use for meditation. Can you all feel how calming it is? It's very centering, and if you listen to it and you just sit there with it, it's like a meditation in itself. Welcome to the conversation, everybody. We're talking about self-love tonight. We're going to get it in. So, what happened, Alicia? I want everybody, I got a tickle getting ready to come in. Trying to get me. Oh, okay. I'm sorry about the migraine. All of a sudden, a tickle got in my throat. I don't know where it came from. Okay, I'm back. Hey, Ryan, let me see what you're saying. Hey, Joseph, I'm doing good. I just enrolled back in school to get my bachelor's degree. Bless up. Congratulations, babe. Keep going. A lot of people are feeling the energy of 2020. It's like this buzzy kind of motivated energy, even though we've come in here with a few things that are challenging us, like the situation with Iran, and there's always something going on. We still have such great energy coming into this year. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you ever looked into, you use it? Good. Yes, so good, right? So supportive. Excuse me. That's what I wanted to do. To start our conversation tonight about self-love, how about everybody in the chat tell me what self-love is to you, or what it looks like in your life? And if it's not there, tell me that too. What does self-love look like to you or mean to you? What does it look like in your life in particular? And if you don't have it, say that too. I hear you, Shanika. Hey, Tori, how are you, darling? Though you have not changed a bit from a child still. Oh, thank you, Alicia. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Putting it together. Bless up, babe. Let's talk about it. Let's get more of it in your life. Some of us have to be very proactive about loving on ourselves. Like, for example, I was just speaking about when I got on the broadcast that I had a long day today. And I expected to get to this talk a while ago, but it just didn't happen. And then next thing you know, I got to run and get this. I forgot about that. And then I got to run and get this. I forgot about that. I haven't eaten yet, bro. Just slide a meal in there somewhere. And before I did anything else, I'm like, you're going to get to the talk, and whoever needs to hear the talk is going to be there at the perfect time and the perfect way to receive the perfect message for them. Right now, we're going to love. I didn't even think about it as self-love. I just knew I needed to slow down, breathe. And then I was like, I want to set up my space to feel good. I got my candles going, okay? I do color therapy sometimes, you feel me? I lit my incense over there. I have on my megahertz. These are tools that I'm using, okay? We have to sometimes create our tools. And there are go-to places so that we can automatically induce the state of being that we want to be in. So for me, it was relaxation, decompression, right? And then presence. These tools help me to achieve those things. Relaxation, decompress, because it's like, okay, the lights are dim. I like my house really chilled out, right? And then the relaxation, decompression, and what was the third one I mentioned? Whatever it was, it's here because I'm using my tools. So sometimes we have to get acquainted with what tools we need to help us induce the state of being that we want to be in. Now I feel so much better. I feel so much more calm. I feel so much more present. That was the word. More present to be here for you all and deliver a message. More present even for myself. That's self-love. Pause. Bro. Trust that whatever needs to happen is going to happen. Trust that you're going to be in position at just the right time. And trust that if it feels like it's off, it's still on. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you're off, you're still on. Nurture yourself, honor yourself right now in this moment. Hey, Karen. Welcome to the conversation. We're talking about self-love tonight. Thank you, Low Bass. Thank you. So talk to me, you guys. Sending love to you, Fuang. That's so cool. Welcome to the conversation. What does self-love look like to you all? Kim Ling says confidence. Yes. Yes. What does it look like in your life? How do you work self-love? How can we create self-love? You know, I had a real big revelation come to me at the end of 2019. Something paused me. And I remember having some time with myself. I was looking in the mirror and I hadn't even seen myself. You know how you can go. Who in the chat is always going, right? You don't really pause. And then something made me just kind of chill. I just stopped for a second and I was washing my face in the mirror. And as my makeup was coming off, I kind of just looked really distorted to myself. And I was like, yo, what's going on here? And got my attention. And then I looked in my eyes, and all the time I had been managing everything around me, right? Or at least attempting to, right? I manage a lot of things, even a lot of people in my school, whatever. And I was like, whoa, I became aware of a deep level of self-neglect that I wasn't even aware of because I was just going. And when it hit me, it knocked water out of my eyes. I cried. And I was like, from this moment forward, you must self-nurture. This is not even a priority anymore. This is a must. I immediately booked a massage. I went to the chiropractor. He was like, Ro, you got to come back here sooner than 9.5 months. I was like, what? I haven't been here in 9.5 months? Wow. Whoa. Pay attention to you. Love on you. And so I be taking moments where I'm like, all right, I'm off the grid, yo. Taking this night off. I got to pause for the rest of this day, because we don't even realize what energy level we may be giving from, or the lack thereof, the attraction level you're at if you're not managing your emotions well. Self-love is vital. Feel me? I see what you're saying. I do the same, forgetting, eating, running. Yeah. Always love your positive energy. I need more people like that. Hey, Marsh Jones, what up? This talk is in support of the next round of transformation at my online coaching school, Personal Power University. If any of you are interested in seeing if the school could be a good fit for you, write yes in the comments. We are taking off on January 14th. I've already got a beautiful, dynamic group of people coming together, getting ready to take some bold leaps of faith and just do the work, put these life tools in their life tool belt, and they can take this with them for the rest of their lives. Okay. I now have more confidence in myself. My life is mine, no one else's, so I have to work and grind towards my goals. Bless up. You don't pause. A lot of us have to remind ourselves to pause. Write it on a post-it. Let me show you guys something that I do. Hold on 1 second. I even tell my students, when we do certain exercises, I'll have them to write certain messages to themselves in order to remember what to do, because we are so distracted. We're always going. So in places that you're going to see something like your bathroom mirror, this is on my refrigerator right now, okay? This is in support of probably my detachment conversation the other day, okay? I am non-resistant. I flow and accept. This is on my refrigerator. And I saw some messages upstairs today that really helped me to go, whoa, okay. And I took the message in. I'm telling you guys, I use these tools, because if you are moving like I move, or even if you got a big family, or even if you just forget to take care of you, put it on some post-its. You got so many things distracting you. You got so much coming in, so much stimulation coming in. You've got social media you're allowing to just kind of cloud your thinking. You know what I'm saying? Shape the way that you think about something. Take your energy and toss it about if you're not conscious. Where it's going, what you're paying attention to, how it's sucking you in. Next thing you know, where are you? Whose thoughts are you thinking? Come back to the spaces that you want to come back to by using your tools. Using your tools. Okay? This one says, I am just a witness. This was something I gave my students back. This is one of their things. Just being a witness, observing life, not judging it, not making it right or wrong, good or bad. Allowing it to be, so that whatever wants to show up and maybe tell you something, or teach you something, or just there for you to observe and take in, you can do that and gain something new from the moment. You can allow it to fall fresh on you instead of responding to it with your knee-jerk reactions, your normal way of responding to something. Not allowing it to show up and be something else. Not allowing it to mean something else, Let's see what else you're saying. Paying attention to my own goals, taking care of yourself, living your best life. Hey, Rhona Bennett. Hey, Jeremy. Happy 2020, dear. Me from an audition to work conditions must self-nurture. Absolutely, we must. We're going to talk about how. I've been going through that self-neglect myself lately. Okay, I hear you, Rasta Reg. Reg, what up? Off the grid. Self-love is vital. That's right. Y'all better be quoting this stuff. My pleasure, Tori. Tori, you just bringing me joy right now. I see her. Yes, honey. I'm going to reach out to you. Is this going to be online? Yes, that's the beautiful thing about my school is that I can touch the globe because it's digital. So I have a student that was just from Japan in the last class. Another student from Holland, students from Canada, all over the United States. Is really beautiful. So not only will you be coming in and getting my perspective, but you get to get stretched in perspective from people from different walks of life and different professions coming together to do the same thing, up-level their quality of living. Change the results that they're looking at by changing maybe the things within themselves, right? Getting back to their authenticity. Some people have to come in like blank slates. It's a really beautiful gift you can give yourself. You don't got to come in there like, being your representative, acting like you know what you don't know because you're totally off the mark with yourself. Let's get back to what's real for you. Let's get back to your real joy. Let's find out what that actually looks like. A lot of us don't even know what that is. We don't even, I ask some people what they want and they're like, you know what? I don't know. I'm like, wow, you moving without vision. No wonder you wore out. Or maybe sometimes you're not happy. You don't have a path. You don't have any. In order to create more happiness for a lot of people, we need to be stretching into an ideal. We need to be stretching towards something. So you feel like you're growing. Anything that's not growing, it's either not thriving or it's dying. Right? Let's see what you're saying. I have alarms for meds, rest. Yes, allow your smartphones to make you smarter, right? Have positive sayings all over my room. I love me some candles. Yes. And you can use your smartphone. Put some affirmations in there. Put some reminders in there. Put it every 3 hours, however often you need it. And have a message pop up on your phone that actually moves you towards the life you choose to live or moves you towards the thoughts you like to think more often. Remind you of something you want to think about yourself. Get your champion dialogue on deck. Program yourself. Hello. Condition yourself. Repetition is the mother of all skill. Keep putting it in there until it's like something that you saying like off the tip of your tongue. You can't help but say it because it's just it's been repeated so many times. It's now buried into your subconscious mind. Good, Rasta Reg. I know and knew that this message would meet who it needed to meet. Because I'm not normally on at this time. I'm usually on earlier in the day. But I like this. So what can self-love look like in everybody's life? Give me some examples of what we can do to nurture ourselves. To me, self-love is definitely self-nurturing. You know what else self-love is? I love that Will Smith put it so succinctly, but we're gonna dissect it a little bit. Self-love is discipline. Now, discipline sounds like kind of like that hard, rigid word, right? Especially if we don't change our relationship to it. We may have had parents or our guardians or anybody that was, rearing us. Maybe discipline was always coupled with kind of a negative thing. Whoopings, time out, getting cased out, or whatever it is, right? But discipline, when you think about it from the position of self-love, it's doing what you need to do so that you can have the life you'd like to live. Putting yourself in position to take action in the way that you need to take action in order for you to get the results that you want to get. Isn't that loving yourself? You love yourself enough to do what you need to do in order to see the results you want to see. Your struggle is your testimony. What do you mean by that, Charles? I've learned to trust my struggles. I now know that my struggles are here to help me grow. Yes. I now know to trust and embrace my struggles. You know what I like to call that, low bass? The beautiful struggle. Because I'm going to tell you how many beautiful struggles I done had. I can't count them. But every single beautiful struggle has birthed me into another space of being. Now, some of us, if we're not careful, you can let it make you self-destruct. We don't want it to do that. Low bass is saying something very powerful right now. Embrace it. What's here trying to get my attention? Usually when we're running into some issues, if it feels a certain kind of way, if it's negative, if it feels negative, it's probably just trying to course correct. It's just trying to tell you, hey, you're not on the right path. Or, hey, there's something here that you got to gain. Hey, you can't keep running from this lesson because I'm going to keep hitting you upside the head with it until you get it so that you can have the thing you say you want to have. This is the setup. This is the thing you got to grow through. This is the thing that's going to help you to sustain or maintain the thing that you've been asking for. This is the thing that's going to bring it to you. You got to go through it, though, in order to get to it. And some of us, we shun our struggles. We try to run from them, and it may be just that thing that you need to encounter, you need to embrace, you need to learn from, you need to go through in order to get to the other side where your goal or your dream or the thing that you desire is. That's self-love too. Being willing to go in and do that self-surgery, being willing to face your stuff, so that you can free yourself. Because a lot of the times, the things that we fear on the other side of it is our freedom. So if you feel like you want to take that walk with somebody, it doesn't have to be me, but I highly recommend that you find somebody that you trust, that you feel, that you resonate with energetically, and go take that walk, because it could be posing a block to your prosperity. If you want to work with me, hit me up on one-on-ones or go through the course. I highly recommend it. We deal with that. We deal with shame. We deal with guilt. We deal with letting go. Because I know that for me, success is a holistic approach. It's not just about things. There are some people who come into my program whose goal is just peace of mind. I just want peace of mind. I just want to dance. That's somebody's goal. That means that you are so self-inhibited that we got to crack the code. We got to find the blind spot there that enables you to step out of your shell and do the uncomfortable, so that you can get more comfortable doing the uncomfortable and free yourself to express more. Knowing when to say enough of anything that's not contributing to my peace. Yes. Hello. All right. Come on, values and self-boundaries. Charles says, because I know that in due season I will reap the benefits of what I went through. That's right. So go ahead and let that delicious testimony keep cultivating itself, keep coming into fruition, keep watching it unfold and become. Hey, Tiffany. What up? Yeah, baby, it's the late night crew. Barbara, hey! Self-love for me is to pause and just observe this moment. No good or bad, just be in this moment. Come on, PPU. Alicia Yates says, hi, so me, I have an acting coach I keep running from. Hello. Karen says, zero tolerance for anyone in my life that is trying to steal my joy. Bye. Okay, did she hit you with the bye, the deuces? Hey, Karen, I love it. She said, I know my boundaries and my value. Shanika says, I've had counselors and therapists, but no one has helped me more than this woman. You're on your screen. Bless up, Shanika. So who's ready to take some bold steps? Being a part of PPU is a way of self-love as well. Come take the journey. If you feel it's for you, if you're ready for different results, if you're ready for a different kind of empowerment, if you're ready to step more into your authenticity, if you're ready to get an incredible support system like people like Shanika, who are there, who've gone through the process, who is taking bold steps herself. Sometimes we need a support system to do it. Sometimes we don't have that, or we don't know how to generate that from within. Let's learn. Self-love. Welcome to the conversation, everybody. We are talking about self-love, what it looks like in your life, and how we can have more of it. Produce more of it. What do we do? Like tonight, I very rarely do this, but I may just take a bath. Light some candles. Maybe listen to some more of my megahertz and, chill. Meditate. Think. Be with myself. Be with my thoughts. How often are you with your own thoughts? Yes, they are online, Alicia. And every year we have an annual retreat where we come out of the digital space and into the tangible one. And we have a weekend of transformation and fun together. I also have something called the Personal Power Award. So even though we will go through our 12 weeks of transformation together, every year now you have something to push towards as far as winning awards for advancements in different areas of your life. It's really, really an amazing weekend. Hey, JC. What up? Hey, Marcus. Shout out to PPU in the conversation. What y'all doing up? What y'all doing? So what does self-love look like to everyone in the chat? What are you doing to nurture yourself? What are you doing to love on yourself? What are you all doing to love on yourself? And are you doing it often enough? Who's feeling depleted? Who's giving from depletion? Who needs to give themselves permission to pause? Who needs to give themselves permission to pause? This is so weird. I was sitting here feeling a little down. So glad you popped up. I knew it would touch who it needs to touch. I'm so glad that you're here, Alicia. Something I definitely need to work on. Bless up, Marcella. A lot of us need to work on it. Checking in and chiming in your positive energy and all. Bless up, JC. We're listening to megahertz in the background. This is for super intelligence. Memory music. Improve your focus, concentration, and has binaural beats in the background. I think I'm going to use it to meditate tonight. I really like it. And just be still. Being still. We talked about that as one of the first life hacks. Beautiful conversation, and it's a way of self-love. We talked about the life hack number 2, detachment. That's yet another way to love on yourself, to release yourself from being so attached to the outcome that you possibly push out other possibilities of how your dream or whatever you want could manifest in your life. Alicia says, I sure had to pause. Quit that job and that relationship. Hello. Having boundaries is another form of self-love. How many of us are just allowing somebody to do whatever, whenever, but you're afraid to stop it? Ryan says erasing negativity and bringing more positivity. Yeah, how do we do that, right? Marcella, need to work on being still. I feel like I always need to have something going on. Please, 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 Marcella, watch the first life hack about being still. Super duper powerful conversation. I wish I could have pulled the recording of my IG conversation. That joint was on fire. About stillness. It was such a blessing. But you can catch it either on my the feed on my Facebook page, or you can go to YouTube and check out Rhona Bennett. Life hack number 1, stillness. Really, really powerful tool. And what I want to give you is stuff that you can actually use that's practical. Not just, something that's kind of fluffy and airy and, it's out there, but something that you can actually take and use in your life. Rasta Reg says, I need to work on my self-love. I've been so depleted. The dialysis I'm going through has gotten me so down. I just want to smile again. So I'm sorry, honey. What have you been Okay, so in instances like this and just in general, it can be really powerful to learn how to generate these feelings from within. But sometimes we need to give ourselves the stimuli to do that. So watching comedy, staying around high vibrational stuff, laughter, right? So you can go to a comedy club and do some laughing. You can watch a lot of comedy movies or a lot of stand-up comedy on Netflix or YouTube. Use these smart tools to, support us too, right? Make it a part. Okay, come up with a routine. Okay? Come up with a routine so that it's something you start to anchor in yourself. It's something that's not fleeting, but you can go there and create a space of comfort. You know what to do. It's a tool, right? Do you have a park? I don't know where you live that you like, or some serene spot, or maybe there's a beautiful space in your home that you could turn into like your own little cubby hole of whatever you love in there. Change the color on the wall, paint the walls, turn it into a project, to turn it into your oasis. Create I don't know what you can do to take a space out of your home, or create something in your backyard, or whatever you can think of that's creative, but you make it a project to love on yourself. This is what I was doing just before I got on here. I didn't even know I was going to do that. I was like, I'm about to light some candles. I'm about to burn my incense. I'm about to turn on my megahertz. I'm about to dim my lights. What kind of environment can you create for yourself that's going to bring forth happier feelings, or just more comforting feelings, more peace? Can you dive into other people's stories who beat whatever it is that you're challenged with right now, so that you can get inspiration, glean inspiration from them? Stay in a motivated and positive and empowered, I don't even want to say positive, an empowered space. Something that's going to keep moving you up the emotional set point scale, one step at a time. What can you do? What's the next choice that can put you in a better feeling space? What's the next choice that can put you in a better feeling space? What's the next person that you can be around that may be able to support a more positive or empowered or just a healthy, more peaceful space? What's the next space? What do you need to eliminate from your space? What needs to be deprioritized and what needs to be prioritized? Let's do some self-inventory. Let's do it about our space. We create the environment that we need to support us. Be around the people that we need to be. Reduce time with people who don't support us in the way that we need. It's okay. Love them from a distance right now while you are in your healing space. Give yourself a routine every morning. Wake up in gratitude. Find everything you possibly can to be grateful for, because gratitude is a high vibrational energy to be in. And it can change where you're thinking from, right? Because I love the quote, gratitude turns what we have into enough. If you're focusing on what you do have, you're not focusing on what you don't have, right? So it can turn what we have into enough, and that can put us into a better feeling space. Helps us to know that we're okay. Put other tools, use music so that you're not alone. Use supportive stuff. Create the environment that you need to support you. Pull the people in that you need to support you. Go to some seminars, like get out and happen to life, right? If you're capable, if you're healthy enough to do it. Let's see. Visual meditation has been helping me out a lot lately. I've been envisioning how I want my life to be. That's right. Live in that space. And as much as you can get into the feeling space that you have it, what would it feel like to have that space of being, Reg? What would it feel like to have the healing that you choose? Can you access that space? Can you calm yourself enough? Can you get still? Can you get into a comfortable position? Doesn't have to be no lotus or nothing, just something that's relaxing and comfortable. The body is not feeling challenged by any particular position. Just relax. Close your eyes, use your breath to center and get present. I don't know if you've ever watched my talks where I talk about using your body. So for example, right now, focus on your right shoulder without moving it. Focus on your left shoulder too, without moving them. Just become aware that they're there. Become aware that they're present. That immediately takes you into your body, right? You're still listening to me, but you're immediately in your body. I'm doing it too, so I'm very present. You're very present right now, right? You're not obsessing about the future or the past. You're just right here in the now, being blessed by the good energy of everybody in the space. Use your body as a meditation. And then when you get into that still, calm place where it's kind of neutralized like it is possibly right now, speak into it. Declare some things for yourself. Speak words that are going to bridge the gap from where you are to where you choose to be. And as much as you can get into the feeling space like you have it. So if you know that being healthier is going to feel like peace, can we access peace? Use these megahertz to help you to induce that state of being, right? It's like very soothing. And just sit there in it. Claim favor over yourself. Claim that, whatever you need is now coming to you in order to feel better every day, more and more. Speak into those spaces. And then find other people that can be around you that help you to speak into those spaces. Speak life over yourself. Use tools like this. If you want to know what this megahertz stuff is, I love it. I have another one that I really, really dig. Start using it in the morning and at night and go into this space of healing for yourself. And then when you hear the music, it's just going to be a trigger for you to remember, oh yeah, this is my healing music. Your body starts to respond. The mind starts to respond. We are programmable beings. We just have to do it. Be conscious of it. I see you, Alicia. You let the abuse go, writing things down and checking them off after my mission is accomplished. Bless up. Lobe says, my self-love is that I've learned it's okay to receive. My pastor told me I'm a giver. I'm always pushing away the receiving aspect, and that it's okay to be still and receive. That's been difficult for me. I got something for you on this. I actually had to learn how to receive. Crazy, right? Yes, a lot of people, because you know what they say, it's better to give than receive. All these little cliche comments can influence how you see something. But guess what? Let me give you guys the other side of that may help you to totally embrace receiving, right? Doesn't it feel good when you're able to give to someone? Well, someone has to be on the receiving end of that in order for you to have that exchange of energy. Don't rob them of the same gift. Be an excellent receiver. Be an excellent giver and an excellent receiver, because it's reciprocal. It's circulation. One needs the other. So we're in the balance when we receive. It's balance. And just how good it feels for you to give, somebody else wants to feel that same thing. So be a good receiver for that. Which is giving them the opportunity to give. Hello? Giving them the opportunity to give. So you're still giving, but you're being an excellent receiver at the same time. How about that? Okay. Hey, LaShonda. Lindsay, how are you? Marsh says definitely have to get rid of toxic people. That's huge. That's another form of self-love, right? To prioritize that. At least reduce their presence in your life, because sometimes the toxic people that are there are people that we're really close to. It could be a parent, it could be a sibling, Red says, I think I need to be around people. I've just isolated myself. Absolutely. Sometimes us Tauruses get in our emotions. I'm a Taurus, hey. Thank you so much for this. It's my pleasure. Yes, you know how they say when a child is born that the baby has to get in the care of someone. It has to feel love, because if it doesn't, eventually it will die. We're built on love. We're built on connection. Love, connection. Absolutely get out there and connect with the right people. Get yourself in some good supportive energy. LaShonda says, I smudged the other night with sage for the first time, expelling negativity from my home, invited good energy in. Come on, bring it. Bring it. I saged earlier. I dumped all drama and anything and anyone who are toxic. Bless up. So does anyone want to ask me anything? I think we've had a really nice conversation. And by the way, this is in support of the next round of transformation at my online coaching school starting on Tuesday, January 14th. We take off together. The tribe is coming together. It's a very, very intimate tribe. And we go on 12 weeks of transformation together. If you think it's something that you would be interested in, if it's a level of support that you're looking for, if there's some limiting beliefs you need to get rid of, if you need to deal with some emotional trauma or baggage, if you just want to find out how to get back on track or get on track in the first place with yourself, write yes in the comments, and then I will come and send you a private message and we'll see if it's a good fit. If it's not, that's okay. If it is, that's okay too. This feels really good right now. What do you recommend if the sage smoke isn't agreeable with you? Don't burn it. No. Open some windows. Open a door. Open all of the spaces that can be opened so that the air can sweep through. And that's what you want to do anyway, because you're letting things out. Lindsay, bless up, honey. I'll be reaching out to you. How do you deal with procrastination? You know, I have a write-up where I specifically give suggestions on how to deal with procrastination. If you send me a direct message, Alicia, I can forward you that document. It speaks to procrastination in particular. Well, I'll just start us off here. Yes, I know, Shanika, you already been there. That's a PPU alumni, you guys. It's a lot of amazing people. That's another thing that's a perk of being a part of PPU that I did not know would be so special when I first started the school, is the alumni. Everybody who's been through the program. Now, you know, we all come together with a similar goal in mind, which is to up-level our quality of living and being. And, you know, they're in such a supportive space for everybody else that comes through. That's just trying to do the best they can with the light they have, right? With the resources you got. Let's see what we got. And they come from all walks of life. And then we get to come together every year in a different space. I hope that, not hope, my intention is to take us to different parts of the world. I've already got vision. So it's just a really awesome thing. Does anybody have any questions of me before I get out of here? Talking about self-love tonight. I hope everybody, excuse me, will give themselves permission to pause when you need to pause and trust that everything's going to be okay, especially when you pause for yourself, you love on yourself. Create the space. Aren't you worth it? I would like to know is why it's hard for a lot of us to get rid of toxic people. Why do we hold on to them? Well, Marsh, it's definitely something that we could tackle at PPU, but maybe that's something that I will bring to morning talk. Why we keep toxic people around, because there's lots of different reasons that we do that, right? Awesome. Gotta learn my script. And yep, procrastinating as usual. Okay. So yeah, Marsh, that might be a good talk for morning talks with Ro. We can toss that around. Why it's hard for a lot of us to get rid of toxic people. What made me create PPU? I'll see if I can give a very short version of this. When I ran into, I'll give the short version. When I ran into the proverbial wall in my career, when nothing was budging, when opportunity wasn't happening, when I didn't know if I was going to be an entertainer anymore, and I had been in the business since I was 12 years old professionally, I remember thinking, okay, what's going on? Huh? Right? Stress, fear, and was like, what else am I going to do with my life? I refused to be unhappy. And I also realized that I needed to get back to the basics because I had gotten away from everything that made me successful in the first place. But it also reminded me that I had an old dream on the back burner about a decade possibly before that. Maybe, I don't remember, it was somewhere in there, that I said I would want to be a life coach because people used to tell me that I had a knack for giving people advice, whether it was a stranger or a family member or a friend. But nothing ever made me put real structure behind it, you know. But once I went through some real struggle and I realized that I needed to do something where I felt it was purposeful and that I could still live with some measure of joy, it made me bring that back out because I have a passion for it. And so I started the journey, and I really started helping people while I was helping myself. A lot of you, if you were paying attention to me a long time ago, because I started in 2010. Oh my gosh, it's a decade now. Wow. I was blogging, and then I started video blogging. It was all so foreign, and I had to push myself, and it was uncomfortable. And then I started writing, and I got my first job in my 30s, like 9 to 5. Like, it was like a whole thing that needed to put me on my knees, open my eyes, you know. I don't think I needed to be humble, but it sure did humble me even more, you know. And it put me in position to be of service in this way. So now here I am, 10 years later. That's what's up, Marsh. That's what's up. Getting in touch with your values will help you with toxic people. Because once you know what's really important to you, you'll know why you either keep someone around or why you don't like keeping them around. That's why I think getting in touch with your values is one of the most key things you could ever do. Because it'll help you to measure life's experiences and the relationships within it to your values. And once you see what your values are, you'll be like, no wonder I don't like this job. You know what I'm saying? No wonder I don't feel this person. They're totally opposite of my values. Or, you know, they just don't, there's not enough connecting us on the things that really matter to me. Or, no wonder I just don't feel them. Like, we don't value the same things. And that can help you to be like, no, I need to deprioritize them in my life. Or I need to create distance. I've been allowing this close up on me. This is completely toxic. It's energy draining. I got to let this go. Either I got to eliminate it or I got to reduce my time with it. Knowing your values helps to create boundaries. Yeah. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Rhona. She helped and loved a lot of souls, and those souls lived happily ever after. Amen. Bless up, low bass. I love the story. It just made my heart smile. Ryan says, now that's what you call a humble beginning. What an inspiration you are. Oh, bless up. Marsh says, I'm a Virgo and I used to hate letting people go, but now I've changed my ways. I heard that. When you notice how energy draining it is, or it can be, when you notice how it's totally impeding on your joy, your ability to thrive, to feel light, to receive light, you'll be real happy to let some stuff go or reprioritize it. And there's no slight to them. It's just, hey, this just does not work for my journey right now. Because I do find that a lot of people are doing the best they can with the light they have. And it just may be a really dim light, you know. Ro, I met you as a child and you've always had an old soul and always have been wise. Oh, bless up. Thank you, Alicia. I don't know if I noticed that about myself, but Maybe that's where the life coaching thing comes from. And my mom was really like my first life coach. My mom's the bomb as far as like, you know, she cares on that kind of level where I just noticed that about her personality self. If she notices that you kind of hurting or you're having a moment, my mom's going to like find a way to like find some words to kind of alleviate the space you're in, you know? How do you guys like this music? I'm totally like relaxed by it. I'm really enjoying it. I needed it. So if nobody has any more questions, like I said, PPU, the next round of transformation for 12 weeks with me and your tribe starts on January 14th. If it's something that you think you'd be interested in, say yes in the comments, and then I will hit you up in a private message. And we can set up a time to connect and see if it's a good fit for you. The music with your spoken voice is relaxing. Hey, Shane. Thank you. I'm glad you find it soothing, because I do too. Y'all see my little blonde fro. She was red, but now she blonde. I've enjoyed spending this time talking about love, self-love in particular. So I feel like a lot of us need a reminder. Oh, that's beautiful, Alicia. Look at that. You see how when you give yourself another point of focus, you lifted your vibration and it dissipated. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And maybe this tool helped you guys. Check out Megahertz Music on YouTube. There's like tons of them. Find which one resonates with your spirit and use it as a meditation tool. Use it as a pausing tool. Use it as a tool to just fill up your space and kind of anchor a space of peace or a lighter mood or enlightenment. And the more you do it, the more you're going to probably make the brain association with the music, and it'll induce it. It'll become a trigger just from turning it on. Yeah, huh? Okay, low bass. I just want to know your ring sign. Bless up, Marsh. Okay, y'all. I think I gotta do one more thing, believe it or not. One more responsibility before the end of the night. So I'm gonna focus on that really quickly. I'm not gonna say really quickly. I'm gonna focus on that. No pressure. And then maybe I'll relax to some megahertz. Shout out to everybody willing to love on themselves more, pause for yourself more, nurture yourself more. Book a massage if you haven't done it in 5,000 years. Go to the chiropractor, go to the doctor, get a physical just to see what's going on the inside. So that if you need to make any adjustments or tweaks, you can do it. That's self-love. Take some vitamins if you need to. That's been one of the hardest things for me to do. But ever since I had that epiphany, that awakening, and I have a goal, a juicy enough goal on the other side that strengthened my why for taking them, I'm taking vitamins right now. I normally like to eat my vitamins, but I'm actually taking them. I was like, what? My why got strong. Dope. Love this music. I always play this kind of music along with self-affirmations before bed. Very good night ritual, Shane. Sleep well, sweet dreams. Thank you. Well, I don't know if I'm saying good night or good morning to you, Alicia, but have an amazing day today. And to everyone else, have an amazing morning, night. I don't know what everybody's on right now. Some people might have just got up for work. Some of the grinders might still be going, burning the midnight oil. But I'm sending love your way. I hope you enjoyed tonight's talk. And if you'd like to check out PPU, just write yes in the comments. I'll come and find you. Okay, that